What is going on, Shib Army? It is Ahmed, and we are back today with yet another live stream for you all. And today we're going to talk about all the upcoming catalysts for Shiba Inu. And my goodness, yes, sure, we're seeing a little bit of a sell-off, but in my opinion, guys, this correction allows us to enter in if we have that interest. But remember, these videos are not for financial advice. Rather, I try to put you guys on the plays that I'm in. So today, I want to definitely talk about what to look forward to. Yesterday, before I ended the live stream, I did say I wanted to, but I didn't talk about my July price prediction. So today I want to talk about that live on the video. And I think there are some really positive catalysts that are on the way for the month of July. And my goodness, are we just getting started? Absolutely, 100% holding by that, because now we're testing higher lows and hopefully higher highs to come. So let me give a quick shout out to the people that are in the chat right now. Oh boy, people are live. Let's go. We have Country Resellers. He says, I gotta watch it later. No, my phone, he says. Silkander Hussein, he says, hello, brother. How are you doing, my man? Ayub, hi, how are you, man? Soki21, Big Black Cajun, morning, chief. Morning, my brother, Big Black Cajun. Robert Gale, he says, pop. What's up, man? We got Rick, Suhail, he says, salam, bro. Alaikum salam, my man. DeAndre Nelson, good morning. My family, my friends, good morning to you all. Sassy420 coming back on the chat. Charles Namasaka, Jumbo Shib Army. Absolutely, my man. Absolutely. Good morning. Shannon C. Yo, Ahmed, let's get it, bro. Shannon, let's go. Let's go. All right, guys, let's talk about it. So last night, as we were ending the stream, we saw that we're holding pretty nicely for SHIB's price action right around the 870 Satoshi unit. And when I say we're holding strong there, we have a decent level of support is what I mean by that. So where does this mean we're headed? What am I thinking? Where am I looking to enter? So for me, right around 870 is a good entry point. Remember, I'm just trying to put you guys on the plays that I am in. But you guys could see here, 870, we touched it once. We touched it twice. The technicals are telling us we touched it 3 times. And really a 4th time. We broke it a little bit here a couple hours ago, but we can now say we have a strong level of support right around 870 Satoshi units. So for entry points, we're building higher lows, and that's very bullish momentum, and it's a bullish trend. So for those of you who are looking to enter in, 870 right about here would be good, unless the overall market continues to pull back. Of course, we might see a little bit lower price points, but right now is what I would consider a good day, because when we see a little bit of red, that's pretty positive. A tiny correction is a-okay. And JT Bill 2000 dropping the super chat. He says, good morning, Shib Army, with a $5 super chat. JT Bill, good morning, my good sir. Early morning to you. Got to give you guys these live streams now before work. Really gives me good energy and good vibes before I head in. So really, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. But again, guys, 870. We have resistance points too. We have some resistance points, which I think we will break. Not through necessarily a technical breakout, but strictly from having positive catalysts come out. And there are some really positive catalysts that are on the way, and I am so bullish about the month of July. And today is literally the last day of June. June was an okay month overall. If we look at the month chart, right, we pulled back. We saw us test nearly 1,000 Satoshi units right in the first week of June, pulling back significantly since, getting a pretty solid bottom at 560, touching it twice. But ever since then, now it looks like after yesterday's excitement for the AMA and the paper hands exiting their plays, new diamond hands entering, we have new investors, over nearly 70,000-80,000 new holders in the month of June alone, which really is setting this up for pretty good success moving forward. So again, if we quickly look at the one-day price action, and I'm telling you guys right now that the resistance, strong resistance right around 940, 950 Satoshi units. And Brandon Dolan joining, he said, thank you for your time that you put in, man. My man, Brandon, 100% my pleasure. No need to thank me. Really, it's my pleasure. So 950 is where we are looking at resistance. Now, how are we going to break out of 950? And then if we do that, the bulls will probably come out and we're going to test 1,100, 1,200, 1,300 Satoshi units, and maybe go back to, quickly look at the 3-month chart. We will probably be heading out if we break 950 and hold strong, and the bulls break out due to, more positive catalysts coming out. And I'll talk about those in just a second. we need to see us break again right around that 1,000 Satoshi unit mark, because the next level of support for us based off previous trends is 15 to 1600 Satoshi units, guys. That is pretty big. That would be a huge jump, because from there 2,000, and then after that we're heading right to the promised land and return to all-time highs at 3600. And again, all of this, in my opinion, can happen in the short term. What I foresee is for us to return back to at least 2,000 Satoshi units by the end of July. So you're looking at, from current value, maybe 130, 140% gain over the month of July. That's at a very minimum is what I'm expecting. That's my expectation for the month. So we'll see what happens based off, good news and things of that nature. So regarding technicals, right now we're right around the support line. So if you have an interest in getting into Shiba Inu, 870 might not be a bad place to enter, as long as, again, the overall crypto market doesn't continue to pull back. Because if we look at the overall market, a tiny little bit of a correction, which never hurts. It's never a bad thing. Some people taking profits off the top, but it's nothing too crazy, nothing too red. So what's the news? What's the situation? What's happening right now regarding the overall market and heading through for Shiba Inu and the other cryptos alike? First and foremost, what I want to talk about is the Cathie Wood ETF. So as you guys know, Cathie Wood has a $500,000 Bitcoin price target. And the reason that it's important to talk about Bitcoin is if Bitcoin excels and does well, Shiba Inu also will excel and do well, and other cryptocurrencies and altcoins alike. Because as of right now, to this day, Bitcoin is dominating the market. If you look at the overall market cap, Bitcoin has 48.2% dominance. All that means is pretty much from the total market cap of the 1.355 billion, Bitcoin has about 48.2% of that pie. So its slice is pretty dang big. Almost half the pie is just in Bitcoin. So there's a lot of room for the altcoins to grow, 100%. And there's a lot of room for Bitcoin to grow, at least double up to go back to its all-time high. So we need to see 100% gain over the next few months. And there are some catalysts that are coming that will actually create this kind of buying pressure and excitement. So why Cathie Wood's ARK Invest is launching a Bitcoin ETF. So if you guys don't know who Cathie Wood is, just quick recap. She is one of the most phenomenal investors in the United States. So her ETF currently, so it's an index fund, is she has a couple, ARKG, and she believes in innovation and looking into the future. And she thinks digital assets, especially Bitcoin, are going to be a part of our future, irregardless. So now, not only is she, they have a pretty significant holding. I want to say over $1 billion holding in Bitcoin. But regardless, the fact is she sees the true potential and future in it. So Cathie Wood's ARK Invest is creating a Bitcoin exchange traded fund according to a filing with the Securities Exchange Commission, with the SEC. Wood, a long-term Bitcoin bull, has been buying up proxies for the digital asset in names such as Coinbase and Grayscale Bitcoin Fund. So we know when Bitcoin dipped down to about 29,000, what did Cathie Wood do? She pounced. And I continue to tell you guys, right? When people panic, when people are scared of red days or paper handing, and no fundamentals have changed regarding the infrastructure of the cryptocurrency market, for us, that's the time that we pounce, because we're getting things on discount. Who doesn't like to go shopping on a discount, right? When you go look for new clothes or, new shoes, whatever it might be, you buy things when you see them on discount, right? 20, 30, 40, 50% off. Hey, that's pretty nice. So same thing is that all these cryptocurrencies from their all-time highs are still on discount. And the smart and intelligent investors are pouncing and buying the dip. And that's what I've been doing too. So that's why I keep saying, I'm putting you guys on the plays that I am in. So now the innovation investor is seeking to own an actual asset itself. The actual asset itself. The ETF's investment's objective is to track performance of Bitcoin according to the SEC filing. The fund would trade under the ticker ARKB if approved by the SEC. ARK Invest is working with partnerships with 21 shares to launch the ETF. That is some phenomenal news, guys. Those are the kind of things that we want to hear to keep the bulls going when it comes, and bring the bulls out when it comes to cryptocurrency and the entire infrastructure. And because again, if Bitcoin does well, Shiba Inu in turn will do well also. Now, the other thing that we need to look at, so maybe this is one of the reasons that people decided to paper hand out of their positions, is that, again, there was a delay in the Bitcoin's ETF, the one that's going to be available on most brokerages. Other choices emerged for crypto-hungry investors. So the SEC again postponed a decision to approve the first Bitcoin Bitcoin exchange traded fund on Wednesday. So I think this was actually about a week ago now. But regardless, the latest action comes as the SEC chairman Gary Gensler has called for more regulation on crypto and other great protections. So we know, guys, honestly, with the overall sentiments, and I'll go on Twitter and show you guys some of the things that I was tagged in. The overall sentiments for crypto are actually looking really, really good, especially from a regulatory standpoint. So for me, I don't have any type of FUD that I want to spread, nor have I been experiencing any FUD. That fear, uncertainty, and doubt. More conviction, and again, staying true to oneself and believing that this thing is still getting ready for a breakout. So again, in the meantime, U.S. companies are releasing Bitcoin-related funds to meet growing demand. So those are just a couple pieces of information regarding Bitcoin, because again, Bitcoin does well, other cryptos also will follow and do well. So make sure you guys embrace and understand that idea. Now, Coinbase Pro, one of the big catalysts I think that's going to emerge in the month of July. Why do I say that? Just based off other technical difficulties that they've had, the most recent one being SOL. SOL is listed on Coinbase Pro, and then a day later or 2 days later, it was listed on Coinbase. All the other tokens that were listed on Coinbase Pro on the same day as Shib or Shib token were then in turn listed on Coinbase, literally 48 hours later. Technical difficulties do happen, and that's 100% okay. But regardless, this technical issue, when it comes to previous technical issues that they've had, it takes about a month for them to correct. So this happened on June 16th is when they basically pulled out Shiba Inu, because the fact is they didn't want people to trade it because of some issue that they were experiencing. We still don't know what that was. It could be that we overwhelmed their bandwidth, we overwhelmed their system by the amount of people that were that were completing transactions on it. So honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing that they complete this. Again, I'm anticipating by mid-June, July 15th, July 16th at the very latest. So that's one huge catalyst that will help us break out of that strong resistance point that we're seeing right around that 950 Satoshi units, because we kind of talked about the technicals early on. And for all of those who are 400 of you that are in the stream right now, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. My goodness, guys, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the SHIB Army is live. So really, I appreciate your guys' all your guys' support, unconditional support and unmatched. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right. So again, Coinbase listing is going to be huge, and it's going to be, one of the biggest catalysts for the month of July. Shiba Swap. Let's not sleep on Shiba Swap, guys. Really. Again, there are really good reasons to make us think that July is going to be the month that we see it release. Some really, really good reasons that we are anticipating and are probably going to see this. The question is why. So people are saying, Europop, how are you sure? How do you know? The AMA was yesterday, and they dropped subtle hints, no definitive hints necessarily, but some subtle hints, in my opinion, that would make us think it's looking like, the potential is definitely there, and everything is ready. Everything is ready. Every piece of information is now ready. First and foremost, the audit is complete. Second, the AMA is complete. That was something we were waiting for a while now. Third, my goodness, there's just so many things that are literally ready, and the developers told us everything. We have the green light. All we're waiting for now is to release it, the publication aspect of it. And I think that's going to happen as soon as this weekend, guys. Believe it or not, I really think it could happen as soon as this Friday. So not today, Thursday or Friday. July 1st would be a good day. Mid-July is also a possibility, but irregardless, the potential is going to be big. Really, it's going to be insane in terms of the price action and us breaking through the recent level of resistance that we have right around that 950 Satoshi unit mark. So July has some insane potential. And the big conference, the conference that's titled the B Word, right, where Jack Dorsey, Cathie Wood, Elon Musk is attending. It's going to be an insane conference. It's going to be one for, I think, the decade, honestly, maybe the century, regarding the potential, because they want to help institutions understand the power of Bitcoin. Because, guys, the number one catalyst right now for the crypto infrastructure, not Shiba Inu only, but for the infrastructure of cryptocurrency, is getting more institutions to buy in. Institutions being those Fortune 500 Fortune 500 companies. So I'm talking Amazon. I'm talking, Tesla already joined on. Square already joined on. So we need more of these companies. Some of the big banks, right? Institutions, hedge funds, the Goldman Sachs, all these JP Morgan. The more of the institutions that are buying in, the more it can solidify retail investors' investments. Because again, till this day, we're still, all of us, every single one of us that have invested in crypto are what I consider early adopters. Because of its volatility and the risk factor, we're still early adopters. Some of the other institutions that have invested in already are also taking a high risk and are early adopters. Elon and Tesla being one of the pioneers, guys. They're really opening the door. And Jack Dorsey with Square, he's really opening the door for a lot of institutions. And by creating this kind of pressure, they're in turn going to hopefully make us all as early investors very, very happy very, very soon. So we'll see what the future has in store, but really the month of July, so July 21st will be that specific catalyst. That is the B word conference. B word being Bitcoin. And so you guys saw the dialogue between Jack Dorsey, CEO and owner of Square, or co-founder of Square, and the conversation with him and Elon Musk on Twitter. So Elon is pretty intrigued and wants to know more. So we'll hopefully see him attending on the 21st, and that's going to be a huge catalyst, in my opinion. And not just in my opinion, it's going to be a huge catalyst, honestly. Sorry guys, allergies always act up in the morning. Shannon C says, Ahmed, any news on Robinhood, bro? Shannon, not yet. Not yet, which really surprises me. Robinhood has been really, really silent, which is surprising. They haven't really been telling us what's been going on. I know they're recognizing it. Trust me. We have overwhelmed their socials. We have overwhelmed their email system. And we've seen the responses. But we're waiting for a Robinhood listing update, because that's going to be a pretty big catalyst too. But right now, the definitives, for us for sure, for the month of July, and that's why I'm so excited, seeing 2,000 to 3,000 Satoshi units, I don't think is far-fetched. So 2 to 3x just in a month, 2 to 300% gains and returns. I see it that it's very realistic because of what? Because of all the other catalysts outside of the whole Robinhood thing. Coinbase and Coinbase Pro, I'm almost 100% sure that's going to happen in July. The B word conference with Jack Dorsey, that's going to happen July 21st. Shiba Swap, at any given moment, is going to drop. I'm guessing it's going to drop on a green day, which you guys know what's going to happen. Everyone is going to be spamming their farming abilities, farming and staking, and building out their positions in Bone. With the 2 weeks, the initial 2 weeks are going to be huge too, because we're going to have that 10x ability. Now, one thing I want to show is this really, really nice bury, dig, and reward Shib, Leash, and Bone, how it works. This chart is phenomenal. It's on Twitter. So make sure, if you haven't already, check out this chart and look into it, because I think, again, it's one that's pretty significant and should get everyone really, really excited. So bury and dig reward. So when you bury SHIB, when you stake it, you in turn will get X SHIB, right? So you're going into the swap. Day one it drops. You take your SHIB tokens, you put it into, you bury it, right? You're staking it out there, and then you're gonna get in return some X SHIB. That's your collateral, which is equivalent to one SHIB token. What you're gonna earn as you bury or stake your X SHIB or your SHIB is going to be Bone, SHIB, and Ethereum. 3% of all bones per block, part of the 0.05% swap fees in SHIB, 0.1% of all swap Ethereum transaction fees. So what are you going to earn? For every SHIB that you stake, in return, you're going to be getting some X SHIB, X SHIB is going to be your collateral, so ignore that, but what you're actually earning is Bone and SHIB. Now, for every bone that you stake, you're going to get T-Bone. That's your collateral. That's what you're going to be holding on to until you unstake it, and you're going to get your bone back. So for every bone that you're burying, in return, you're going to get bone and more bone. So that's the only thing you can get, is bone and more bone. With SHIB, bone and SHIB. With bone, it's bone and bone. And lastly, with leash, you stake your leash, you get X leash as your collateral, and then you're going to earn bone and leash. So again, the whole idea with staking is that it's growing your portfolio out. You're growing your position size by literally staking your cryptocurrencies. In return, you'll be getting more and more of the tokens, which in turn is going to give you, those are kind of like dividends. You're going to be getting return on your investment, return on your staking. Now, Crypto Nuts with the one of the elite members says, so shout out Crypto Nuts. I wonder why Coinbase would not just come out and say what their intentions are with Shiba, if in fact there was a problem with being able to handle the influx of orders for Shib, if that was the case. So Crypto Nuts, that's a really good point, man. One thing that you need to realize though, my friend, is that the fact is this has happened before, right? I want to show you guys real quick how this has happened before. If we go on Twitter, real quick here. We'll go on Coinbase Pro. Coinbase Pro. So just bear with me here, Crypto Nuts and everybody else. I want to show you guys that this has happened before. Technical difficulties, which again, in about a month or so, they end up addressing those and fixing them. SOL. So on June 15th, here we go. On June 16th, SOL was relisted on Coinbase Pro after being delisted. If we scroll down, go back to May real quick here. Here it is. May 20th, 2021. Literally not even a month before. Starting today, we have inbound transfers for SOL are now available in the regions where trading is supported. Okay. The next day, just like Shiba Inu, but this was all in June for them. The next day, they delisted SOL. We are experiencing technical difficulties or technical issues that will temporarily launch and delay SOL on Coinbase Pro. For whatever reason, regardless, they delisted it. Look at the timeline, my man, Crypto Nuts, for SOL in May. Now, fast forward to June 16th. So about 24 days after, 25 days after, they have returned, they relisted SOL on June 16th, 2021. So May 20th, they listed, 21st, delisted, and then June 16th, they corrected the technical issues and relisted SOL. Now, how long did it take from June 16th for Coinbase to list SOL? I don't like the name SOL too much because it's like so out of luck. But regardless, if we scroll down here, you guys can see on June 17th, 24 hours later, after Coinbase Pro listed it, Coinbase listed SOL on their exchange. So if that means anything to you guys, or if that means anything to you, Crypto Nuts, I think it's super duper important to really understand and know that, hey, when we see this, when we see things like technical difficulties that were addressed in the past, that should end up, creating excitement and giving us some conviction as well. So I hope that helps you, my man. And yeah, no problem, Crypto Nuts. You are a rock star, my friend. And George Eagle, one of the elite members, says, good morning, SHIBARMY. Man, we got everybody here this morning. 678 of you. And this is early morning. I know for those who live in Aussie or Australia, I know it's not too early for you. But regardless, shout out to the family, man. Got to put you guys on. And we're going to continue talking about some of the things regarding ShibaSwap and what to expect. But JMC dropping the $15 super chat. Early morning super chats are always the best. He says, your pop. Thank you for all your positivity. It gives me faith in this project. Can you answer me this? If I stake one, how many zeros is that? Smokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What is that? If 9 zeros, what is that? I'm just going to literally... Is that a billion? I think. It is a billion. Right? Am I going crazy? That's a billion. Okay. Sorry. It's early morning, man. It's early morning. Okay. So, going back to what he was saying here. Give me one sec. Man. Sorry. Struggling this morning. But regardless, what return would I get after 1 month? Thank you. JMC, my man. Honestly, in my opinion, we won't necessarily know exactly what the dividend returns are, right? We won't know 100%. If you're staking 1 billion tokens, it all depends how all the liquidity pools are, how many people are doing what they got to do. There's so many factors that have to do with it. How many people are actually going to be staking? Because it ends up it's all about this whole pool, right? And what happens there is what truly matters. So JMC, I don't know for sure. If we see a 10% return, right? So for every $7,000 staked, you get $700 in return. I think that would be insane. 5% return would be still pretty cool too. $350, say. Or no, right now 1 billion tokens is worth what? $8,700. So $870 return, or 10% return. So from every billion, what is 10%? 100 million tokens. That would be pretty insane. I don't know if it's going to be that high, but that's kind of my anticipation. And if that happens month over month or week over week, it all depends on what the return percentages are going to be. And I know the Shiba analyst did come out with a recent video regarding, what his expectations are for staking, and he kind of showed us some demonstration and the power of staking. So I hope that kind of helps and answers your question, JMC. Again, thank you so much for the super chat, my brother. And we got a couple new members in the chat. Let's give him a quick shout out. Chris Burnett, always on the live streams. Welcome to the Europop Elite membership. Thank you so much for deciding to partake in it. And again, hopefully for all the elite members, I see you guys. We're, I think, 35, 34 members deep now. And this only started just a couple days ago. So my idea is to hopefully do things like, interactive streams, maybe Zoom meetings, that kind of thing, where we can all talk about, SHIBARMY plans, philanthropy type things. So thank you, Chris Burnett. You are a rock star, man. And Elon Musk, Mr. Elon Musk, who always joins the chat. Not sure if that's truly Elon or not, but he says greetings from Turkey. So maybe it's not the real Elon, but regardless, welcome to the Europop Elite membership, my man, Elon. Thank you so much. And shout out to the name, man. Elon really, I know it's been volatile with him on his, indecisiveness with crypto, but regardless, overall, the bullish sentiments and the things that he said have truly helped us in the long term. It's not necessarily a need, but I think it's pretty awesome what he's doing with his name and his position. Gabe Jean also dropping a $5 super chat, says, "Your pop from Transylvania, Romania. My brother living in the UK. I found your channel so inspiring about SHIB. You and the SHIB analysts are the best out there. Hashtag SHIB." My man, Gabe, thank you for the kind words, man, and the super chat. You are a rock star, Gabe. Shout out to Romania, man, and the United Kingdom. Wow, we're really global, folks. We are really global. Thank you so much. I will change my name, Elon Musk says. I kind of like it, man, but do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do. So we were at this whole thing with leash. And then so again, when you stake every leash token that you stake, you'll have an X leash collateral and then bone and leash. And the number one thing you guys need to understand when you're staking, at the very least, you'll be getting your tokens back, right? At the very least. So regardless of how much gains you're making, at the very minimum, you get your initial investment back, which is really, really fascinating. And for me, as we're bullish on everything, there's also going to be a return based off the price action in the future. So Bone, its price is going to continue to grow as the SHIBARMY grows and as the crypto market grows. SHIB token is going to keep growing as well. So we're going to get growth just based off price action. And then we're going to see even more growth based off of our staking and our digging. So last but not least, it said there 1% of bonus per block, and then they gave us the fees there. Awesome. Okay, we have some good ideas going. So with SHIB, leash, and bone under buy and dig are flexible rewards, 33% available plus 67 locked over 6 months. Okay, we have a good understanding of that, and I think most of us have a good grasp. Now, what happens when you dig? The liquidity pools. So in return, for every time you dig, you need some Ethereum, it looks like, to dig. For burying or staking, you do not need Ethereum. But for digging into the liquidity pools, you do need some Ethereum as part of your portfolio. So I've told everybody, building out a small position in Ethereum maybe not a bad idea. Not Elon Musk changed it. Shout out, man. But regardless, folks, we know that we will need some Ethereum if you're interested in digging. For me, I'm looking to do a little bit of both, and I want to see what happens. Instead of keeping my money in exchange or in a wallet, I think it's nicer to think, with staking it, there is some potential for growth. And that should give people excitement. You don't have to if you don't want to. And some of the bombshells that they dropped on us during the AMA is what Satoshi said. They're actually looking into potentially working with exchanges, and they have been, for us to stake directly from an exchange. And if that ends up happening and you don't have to use Shiba Swap, that would be mind-blowing. And we'll look at that tweet in just a second. But regardless, for every SHIB in Ethereum, you get SHIB Ethereum SSLP, so Shiba Swap liquidity pool, and then you earn bone and SHIB. And also you'll earn some Ethereum. So that's pretty cool. Once if you're interested in digging, you get maybe a little bit more of a return that way. And let me give a quick shout out to Mike Oxmal with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much, man. All right. And then for bone and Ethereum, if you dig, you get bone and Ethereum SSLP. And of course, for that, you'll get some bone, DAI, and USDT. So a little bit different there. So there's that one for bone and Ethereum. And last but not least, you will get, for every leash in Ethereum that you dig, into the liquidity pool. You'll get a leash Ethereum SSLP. That's kind of your collateral, if you will. And then BONE and WBTC and then USDC in return. So guys, get really hyped up, man. Really. Spread the positive vibes. Hit that like button if you haven't. We need more people to build awareness for Shiba Inu. And that's what I'm doing with this platform. I'm trying to get as much people on to help them understand that I don't want people to miss out on this opportunity. This is one of those once in a lifetime opportunities, in my opinion. Really. This is not like anything else. The momentum we've seen from other altcoins, right? We've seen Dogecoin have its amazing run, but now it seems like the steam is kind of dying out. But with Shiba Inu and the amount of overwhelming support we've already been receiving right from the very start and beginning, oh boy, guys, really super duper excited. And Rex Music dropping the $2 super chat, and he says, does it reach 1 cent by the end of 2021? Rex Music, my man. You know, for me, I always say this, never ever underestimate the power of the Shib Army and the power of the internet. Always make sure that you do not underestimate anything, because if you do, that's when you'll miss out on big opportunities. So for me, it's not about reaching a cent, half a cent, $1, $10. Anything can happen. By the end of the year, it can definitely happen. Again, that's just, of course, my opinion. But irregardless of what happens by the end of the year, I'm not looking to hold on just for the rest of this year. I want to see what happens to Shiba Inu in 2022, in 2023, when we have 10 million holders, when we have 50 million holders, when we have 100 million holders. As more and more people adopt crypto, they're going to see how vibrant this community is, how kind we are to one another, how positive we are to one another, how we spread just good sentiments all around. That's what truly is going to keep us going forward. Again, just in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. But again, I am super duper excited for what the future has in store for all of us, every single one of us. And shout out to Felicity Coombs, becoming an elite member as well. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for deciding to partake in it. You are now a part of the elite membership club, and hopefully, again, some really fun things in store for you guys. Thank you. And we got Zorg back on the live stream. Zorg always joining in. He says, if they make it 100% safe to just hold the money for... hold the money on an exchange, Binance wallet, instead of putting it on MetaMask, that would be great. Hold on, Zorg. So it says safe to just hold the money for on a foreign exchange, Binance wallet, instead of putting it on MetaMask. That would be great. I mean, yeah, 100% safe to just hold the money. Yeah, you definitely can. If you are not interested in using ShibaSwap or staking, you can keep your tokens wherever you're most comfortable. So Binance and that kind of thing. If they end up working with Binance and allowing us to stake directly from the exchange, that would be insane, Zorg. I totally agree. And so I want to look at what Satoshi said, and one of the things that were highlighted from yesterday's stream. Let me see here. It's somewhere on here. I'll find that in just a second. But gotta give a quick shout out to the folks dropping the super chats. My goodness, guys. Good morning to you all. You guys are crazy, man. 0.01, 1 cent by Christmas. Ellie R53 dropping it on us, telling us that by Christmas, anticipating that 1 cent. A lot of people will be celebrating, regardless of religion, if that's the Christmas gift that everyone gets. So Ellie, thank you so much for the super chat. And again, Felicity for becoming an elite member. We also got Felicity dropping the $5 super chat saying, hiya, hello. Really appreciate you, Felicity. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. And then Mike Oxmo dropping another super chat. And he says, how does rewards earned affect taxes here in the States? So Mike, one thing you got to understand is the only time that you have to pay taxes on cryptocurrencies in the United States, the only time is when you cash out for real US dollar, fiat currency. If you're staking and you're making other crypto returns, all of this, anything within the crypto infrastructure will not affect your taxes. The moment that you withdraw your profits, that's when you get taxed on the short-term and long-term capital gains. For the majority of us, I think it's going to be short-term because, again, everything has been within the year. So, again, understand the difference between short-term and long-term capital gains. That's super duper important. Now, I'm going to go on Milkshake's profile because I know she has some post regarding what I was just talking about. And shout out to Milkshake, by the way. A quick shout out for her. Her Twitter page is insane, super timely in terms of updating everybody. So gotta show love and appreciation for Milkshake, the one and only. So let's go over here. One of the big things that they talked about. Let's see. What I'm looking for right now, guys, within the Twitter space is the update regarding the exchanges. And I think it was actually... Let's see. It might have been on Cryptologist, actually. Here we go. The Cryptologist also was phenomenal with the updates. Phenomenal. Let's see. Shiba is a great army. Can we get this token to develop a worldwide theme? It's somewhere on here. Within some of these screenshots, regardless, I'm just going to explain. So one of the biggest bombshells that the Shiba Inu developers, or the Shiba Swap developers, and some of the Shib developers did mention on the stream, guys, was the fact that they are looking to, and they are currently working with exchanges to help us stake directly from an exchange. Where, for those of you who are not interested in using Shiba Swap, think maybe it's a little convoluted or too complicated, which in my opinion, I think it's going to make it fun. And you guys know I'm going to be streaming when Shiba Swap is live on what I'm doing in terms of staking, digging, burying, etc. So etc, I should say. But regardless, the fact is we're looking into that before the time comes for the swap release. I'm going to figure out the logistics on how to do it on screen so everyone can, kind of just be there live. And of course, mistakes will happen, right? I'm anticipating that I'll be making mistakes, full transparency. And how can you learn without making mistakes? Hopefully they're not too costly, but mistakes will happen in terms of maybe doing something wrong with the digging or burying, whatever the different features. Regardless, still super duper excited to start staking immediately. I'm not looking to wait because of that 14-day liquidity event. So 14 days of pure bone. And guys, now I feel like the number one thing that we got out of the AMA, with Certec being the auditors, that was probably the biggest milestone to date for the SHIB community, right? For all the holders, because FUD continued to spread, even though the different releases came out. We got the demonstrations on the testnet. All these awesome, positive things that were coming out really were solidifying people's investments and understanding that, hey, this is not just a rug pull. And guys, understand that for me, I would not risk an entire platform like this if I thought it was a rug pull. So the fact is that reaching yesterday's AMA, regardless if you thought it was the best or not, yes, it was a textile. It was not what we kind of anticipated, but they answered some of the questions we have been waiting for. And really, as soon as that swap is released, we know that the auditing went through, and I'm hopeful that it's going to be such a smooth swap, even with the overwhelming amount of people that are going to try to. And that was some of the questions they asked with over 500,000 holders, 560,000 approaching. Did they have any fear, uncertainty, or doubt that any FUD regarding the fact that it could maybe crash? And they said absolutely not. They literally set us up for success, and they're looking forward to seeing what happens when the launch occurs. So right now, we're just awaiting the text, the green light on all socials, on the Discord. And you guys know, make sure you're following me on Twitter. If you're not already, make sure you hit that follow button on Twitter, because I'm going to give you guys the quickest update that I can for Shiba Inu. As soon as Shiba Swap releases, I'm going to be tweeting out ASAP. Really love this platform. It's the easiest one. It's in the description below. So if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that follow button so you can be timely and not miss out. Now, going back to the price action and what we're looking at for the rest of the day. So for me, if we see the overall market rebound, any sort of news at this moment, guys, will create insane buying pressure for Shiba Inu. Today would be a good day for that. With this little bit of a correction, if you're looking to pounce or looking for entry points. For me personally, 100%, after the stream is over, I'm looking to increase my position size, because I think at 870, that's a pretty decent, we have decent support. So for those of you who were in early on the stream, you guys know I mentioned that, again, 870 looks like a solid level of support. We didn't hit it just once, right? 1, 2, 3. We broke past it a little bit here and here, but just around the 870, very strong support. And again, support lines are the best of entry points. That's 100% fact. Not buying up here, not buying in the middle, but buying on the support lines. And right now at 874, we're literally sitting right at support. So You, of course, end up making your own decisions because I can't tell you whether to buy or sell because the market could continue to pull back. But for me, it's dollar cost averaging down if that does happen. So shout out to the SHIBARMY, man. And not Elon Musk says, they said at the AMA that they will release Shiba Swap sooner as expected, so very soon. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm really expecting it to happen at any moment. My anticipation, July 1st. I could be wrong because that's tomorrow. So it could be as early as tomorrow, but as late as maybe after the weekend. But July, guys. July, the 7th month of the year, is going to be the biggest month of the year, in my opinion. So many catalysts. And for some of you, I saw you guys mention in the chat, what is this whole thing regarding the B word? What is this thing that you were talking about? Jack Dorsey, the Bitcoin bull himself. If you guys don't know who Jack Dorsey is, he's the founder and co-founder and CEO of Square. Square is a huge company. It's a behemoth. Square stock price. It's one of those that I looked into investing in. I never pulled the trigger, but regardless, I am really interested in doing so. But right now at $248 per share, it's at $113 billion market cap because they're changing the face of finance, right? It's an American financial services company and digital payments company based out of San Francisco. And guys, the thing that I was talking about earlier from Jack Dorsey was exactly that. Jack Dorsey tweeted out saying, right over here, and then him and Elon had a quick dialogue about it, and that is the B word. Let's scroll down and look at the B word right over here. The Bitcoin development community above all else. Love this man. If we can get Jack Dorsey, Shiba Inu or SHIBARMY members, if we can get Jack Dorsey to start talking about SHIB, that's it. He has Elon-type momentum shifts, in my opinion. If he could be our man, our go-to, that would be absolutely phenomenal. I'll tweet out to him, and I want you guys to, let's just do that real quick. But first, I want to talk about the B word, and then we'll tweet out. So make sure you guys hit that retweet, and maybe we can get him to recognize. So the Bitcoin development community above all else. As more companies and institutions get into the mix, we all want to help protect and spread what makes Bitcoin open development so perfect. This day is focused on education and actions to do so. So the whole thing and his whole idea is the growth of Bitcoin will be only after institutions start adopting. When will we truly see the potential for Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies alike? And I'm not talking, 10%, 20% gains. No, we're talking getting to that 500,000 potential price target that has been set by a lot of strong analysts, including Cathie Wood, who will be attending the B word, and she's going to be one of the speakers. The How Institutions Can Embrace Bitcoin, July 21st, 2021. My goodness, guys, July is going to be insane. It's hard to shout in your ear. I'm just, too excited. But regardless, about the B word. So the B word is a Bitcoin-focused initiative that aims to demystify and destigmatize, oh my goodness, I can't even read this morning, mainstream narratives about Bitcoin, explain how institutions should embrace it, and raise awareness around areas of the network that need support. So that's the thing. This is a growing infrastructure. Cryptocurrency as a whole still has a lot of room for growth. 100%. The B word will launch on July 21st, 2021, offering live experience and a library of content to the investors community, enabling a more informed discussion about the role of Bitcoin and how it can serve for institutions across the globe. Some of the big featured speakers, guys. My goodness, these aren't just names that we should take lightly. Cathie Wood, founder, CEO, and CIO of ARK Invest, one of the leading investment firms that are doing phenomenal. As of 2020, really got put on the map, but honestly, super duper exciting. And Felicity Coombe says, "What is your Twitter handle?" Let me just give you a quick link here. Here you are, Felicity. I'm going to put it right in the description. Should be in the comment section, but I'm going to put it right here. And and pin message. There we go. Hopefully that helps, Felicity. So Cathie Wood, Jack Dorsey, CEO of Square, as I mentioned, and co-founder, the man, the myth, the legend, the Bitcoin bull, This is my target for having someone be a Shiba Inu bull. I would love to somehow get a hold of him and maybe bring him on so he can share his sentiments regarding, crypto, Bitcoin, and the future, and maybe get his take on Shiba Inu. John Newberry, director of Brink, also such a big platform. These aren't names that we should take lightly, guys. Adam Beck, co-founder and CEO of Blockstream. Lynn Alden, founder of Investment Strategy. Nick Carter. Guys, this is going to be game changing. So for those of you who missed it in the previous stream, because I talk about this almost on every stream now, because this is one of the single biggest catalysts for the month of July for the entire crypto market. Shiba Inu has its own separate ones, which are going to be super duper exciting too. So make sure we do understand that. Now, real quick, I said I was going to talk about something. Oh yeah, Jack Dorsey. So let's tweet at him real quick. And fellow SHIB members, SHIB Army members, I know the power that we have as a collective, so let's try to get this recognized by him. And Elon Musk quickly says, what do you think about the gains we could make when Shiba Swap is released, 20 to 50%? Immediately after the release? My man Elon, I don't think that's far-fetched at all. I talked about that yesterday, and I think that's very, very possible. Seeing gains 20, 30, 40, 50% over the 24-hour period following the swap is very, very possible because so many people are going to be buying up assets and utilizing it because there's still the people who have uncertainty. There's still people who have doubt. Until the day the swap is released, they refuse to invest. And at that point, they're going to, understand, I missed a decent entry point when it was at 600 Satoshi units, 700 Satoshi units, all those things. So again, that's what we have to talk about that. Real quick here, let's go ahead and tweet at Jack Dorsey. At Jack Dorsey. The man, just wondering if we can have a dialogue about SHIB token. I think it has the potential to one day become, let's see. I want to make sure we tweet this right. So at Jack, just wondering if we can have a dialogue about SHIB token. I think it has the potential to one day become a top 5 cryptocurrency, currently sitting at, where are we at? Cryptocurrency, we're at rank 28th, I think. Rank 28. Hashtag SHIBARMY, hashtag Shiba Inu, hashtag Shib. Let's see if we can get him recognizing it. Just wonder if we can have a dialogue about SHIB token. I think it has the potential to one day become a top 5 cryptocurrency, currently sitting at 28th. Let's go ahead and get it recognized. Let's get him recognizing it by just retweeting and getting it out there, guys, because that's all it takes. All it takes is really just starting conversation. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for all that you do. Tweet. And that's it. That's how we start things, guys. So let's go ahead and see what happens. The tweet is out and we are live. All right. So my time is coming close to an end here as I have to head off to work. But regardless, quickly refresh the page. So Bitcoin, hanging right below 35K. A little bit of a correction this morning, but guys, at 870, decent entry points for those of you who are still interested in getting in and have not established a position. Look to do so at these kind of price points. Really not a bad idea at all, in my opinion. So, talked about the catalysts, talked about some of the price predictions. Again, 2,000 to maybe even 3,000 on the upper end for price targets for the end of July, I think are very, very reasonable. As more news and information comes out, I'll be here to report. I hope you all have a phenomenal day today. Shout out to the 842 of you that are in the chat right now. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Hit the subscribe button, join the army. We're at 53K, guys. I told you by the end of the year in 2021, we will get to 100,000 subscribers. That is the goal, to get to 100,000 SHIB Army members on this platform, and we are gonna see growth. Love you guys, man. Thank you so much for all your support, for all the new elite members that joined today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big things coming for all of you and all of us. And again, good sentiments, good vibes. I hope you guys all have a phenomenal day. Happy hump day, right? Wednesday it is. So you are all welcome. I see the thank you, so thank you. And until next time, everybody, which will be tonight.